Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. We are here for some enjoyability. We're going to be cracking open an Ikoria Layer of Behemoth Collector Booster. Doing it in my style where we take our time and enjoy the cards. These are expensive boosters. This was sent out to me by Nathan L. Thank you very much, Nathan. Gonna have a good time going through this. What we're looking for the most is cube cards. I'm hoping there's going to be some cool stuff for my cube in here, but overall, we're going to take a look and enjoy the flavor of the pack. Let's see how it goes. Oh, we're starting out right away with, oh, you get a foil. Oh, wait, do I have the pack backwards? How does this go? I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. So we got a foil feather token. And this is the, this goes with the Everquill Phoenix, right? That's actually pretty funky with the gigantic crystal showing in the background and the way that the feather actually feels like it has flames inside of it. You know, you can see the smoke wisping up off of it. That's pretty cool. And the foil looks awesome, man. This definitely feels like a magic feather, right? And if you didn't know, you pay 1 mana, sacrifice this to bring a phoenix back from your graveyard. So it's cool because it's associated with the phoenix that can bring other phoenixes back. And that is not normal in Magic the Gathering, right? Phoenixes tend to only rebirth themselves, so one that can bring any phoenix back is definitely an interesting departure. Now that's the token. Is it double-sided? Oh, it is. All right. And then we've got the human soldier here jumping on down from the sky town in Ikoria. It's okay. I don't know. There's just something about this one that doesn't really resonate with me, so I don't care that much about it. But I mean, overall, in terms of the way it's put together, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't excite me. All right, here we go. We're going to start out the actual cards with Mutual Destruction. 1 black for a sorcery that says this spell has flash as long as you control a permanent with flash. Oh, that's weird. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sack a creature and destroy target creature. Hunter and hunted both died thinking they had outwitted the other. All right, fair enough. I mean, Mutual Destruction is honestly a great name for a spell where you sack a guy to get rid of another guy. This is a improved Bone Splinters, isn't it? I mean, Bone Splinters does the same thing for 1, and this one, well, all right. I mean, it's just a step up, but it doesn't feel like any kind of genuine power creep, because it's like, well, you can do this at instant speed if you have a flash creature. So, all right, fair enough. And the artwork shows, I guess, the gigantic open maw of a beast and this guy leaping into its open mouth where they're both just done for. Is that what it's depicting? That's the vibe I get from that. We've seen that before, the whole like hero leaping into a beast's mouth, but usually to burst out of the beast. So this is a little less of a happy story. Go crawl in that guy's mouth and maybe, I don't know, choke him. All right, let's move on. We've got Lava Serpent. 1 red and 5 for a 5/5 haste with cycling for 2, obviously playing into that cycling theme that Ikoria has going on. Lava brings Boiling Moat as a deterrent for most and a relaxing bath for 1. All right. I mean, that's okay. It's like a sea serpent, but instead it lives in lava. That is something you don't normally see. That's kind of a funky concept overall. I will admit the card itself is fairly underwhelming. Like, let's be real. This is, the artwork's great though. The serpent looks really cool, like just splorping up there out of the lava with the, you know what? I take baths in volcanoes. This is some dope flavor, but a very underwhelming Magic card. Unsurprising. So, whatever. I gotta say, the foil so far, not exciting me. Moving on. Oh, speaking of not exciting me, come on, man. All right, whatever. Let's take a look at the card for what it is. Blossoming Sands. So this is a land, enters the battlefield, taps. When it enters the battlefield, you gain a life. Tap it to add a green or a white. So, I mean, this is some pretty bog standard style land action, right? I guess the idea is supposed to be that the sands have little bits of life blossoming up out of them. So these little growths are like the trees. So the desert, I guess, would be the white plainish aspect of it. And the little forest parts growing up represent the green mana. I don't know. I'll admit, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that I got this card. I just want to move on. Let's go on. All right, what do we got here? Durable Coil Bug. 1 black and 1. For a 2/2 insect that costs 5 to activate its ability, Return durable Coil Bug from your graveyard to your hand. What? Dude, really? I mean, didn't we just, like, when was the last time we had that skeleton that was, like, 1 and a black to put out, and it's 1 and a black to put it from your graveyard straight into play? And this one is pay 5 mana, return it to your hand? Really? Why would that be good? Discard what? Alright, what does the flavor text say? I've seen them survive lava, trampling, and a Moloch's digestive system. They just roll out and get on with their lives. Okay, that's kind of funny. The idea of a coil bug that just, oh, look, I'm going to roll up into a, what do they call those? Potato bugs. I'm going to roll up like a potato bug, but nothing can penetrate my bugginess. That part, you know what, all right, that's fine. I mean, that makes sense. There are some insects and life forms that are incredibly resilient. So overall, the flavor of this card ties together nicely. I will give it that. It is pretty standard. I feel really underwhelmed with paying 5 mana to bring it back to my hand, though. I'm going to be real. That is underwhelming. The artwork shows a crazy little bug standing out on the end of a log with a bunch of just crystals kind of growing up off of it. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just me with the Eldrazi artwork, but Eldrazi, where'd that come from? With the, I guess I was thinking Throne of Eldraine, right? I'm thinking Throne of Eldraine because Ikoria was made out of parts of Throne of Eldraine. I don't know. Sometimes the artwork just feels like they just slapped some crystals on at the last minute. That could just be me, though. I don't know. Either way, can we have something more exciting, please? Migration Path. 1 green and 3. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. And it's got cycling too. All right. I mean, like, we've had things like, what was it? Explosive Vegetation. They'll let you go through your deck for 2 lands, put them into play tapped. This is a serviceable Magic card. And the fact that it is cycling means that if you don't want the lands, you have other options. The artwork is pretty funky. You've got the Migration Path. You can see a bunch of beasts migrating here, and just kind of this nice background setting. Overall, this isn't too shabby a card. I'm all right with this one. I'm all right with this card. I mean, it's useless in the cube, but overall, this is not it's not a terrible Magic card. Then we've got Heartless Act. 1 black and 1 instant. Choose one. Destroy target creature with no counters on it, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature. It's them or us. General Kudrow, showing the piece of art. Like, this happened in the storyline. This happened in the actual story, but a bunch of other stuff on the cards didn't. Either way, this is a card that I can actually see myself putting in the cube. The fact that it destroys creatures with no counters on them, there are tons and tons of creatures that this can destroy. And any black creature removal that can also take out black creatures is extra useful, because a lot of the black creature destruction, at least in Magic's past, had the conditions that said, you know what, you can't destroy black creatures with this. So overall, in terms of cube cards, this is a very suitable cube card. I mean, you can also use the removing counters ability as a surprise kind of maneuver too. But overall, I think in most cases, you're probably going to want to just use it to wipe out a creature. And the artwork, I mean, it matches up what's going on. The Heartless Act of destroying this cat. The Kudrow basically, like, sentences this cat to be destroyed. When this cat brought his daughter back safely to town, he still is going to have it taken down. It ends up, this is the end of its life. And that is pretty heartless, considering that it literally just saved his child, right? That's a brutal moment. A brutal moment from Magic's history there. Well, I guess recent history. Moving on. Oh, we've got a forest. Okay, well, that's pretty straightforward. Oh, that looks nice, actually. I like that. It's got a weird sort of like clumped gigantic tree vibe to it, with fat and knobbly branches coming out. Feels pretty serene. I could go for a walk here. This feels like a very chill kind of forest. I am down. And then we've got, oh, what's this? Zazera? Is that how you say it? Zaxara? Zaxara or Zazera? I'm going to go Zaxara. Zaxara the Exemplary. 1 blue, 1 green, 1 black, and 1 for a 2/3 Nightmare Hydra that has Death Touch. Tap, add 2 mana of any one color. And whenever you cast a spell with X and its mana cost, create a 0/0 green Hydra creature token, then put X +1/+1 counters on it. Oh yeah, are you kidding me? What is this from? Oh dude, this is from the Commander decks. That's why it didn't, I was like, this doesn't feel like it's an Ikoria, is it? This is from the Commander decks. This is a sweet score, man. This is going to go into my cube, brother. That's awesome. Look at that. And the artwork is intense. What a crazy looking Hydra. It's so nutty. All the different heads with the spiked ridges, and it almost looks like it has Venus flytrap appendages and stuff. This is some insane artwork. I would like to see a blown up high res version of this art. This is a sweet score. That will be going in my cube. Hey, all right. Speaking of cube-worthy cards, Mythos of Nathroi. 1 black and 2 instant. Destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature spell, or if green or white was spent to cast a spell. So basically, if you add a green and a white, you can destroy anything non-land, and if you just play it with the black, you can only destroy a creature. But still, it's absolutely insane. Remember what I said earlier about how any black creature removal that can target black creatures is pretty intense and is like a step above, at least for old schoolers like me. This is a really solid piece of creature removal. And the artwork is absolutely awesome. This is Seb McKinnon cave painting artwork, where you can see a dude in Throy's belly and another one on the way in. I just love the cave painting style of the art. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, I gotta say, this pack is moving up in the right direction. I'm quite pleased with it now. Hey, what a foil triome. All right, dude, this pack went from like jank to jazzy good times. So this is your, I mean, I did a video on these triomes. It's your Swamp Forest Island, taps for those 3 colors, comes in a battlefield tap, cycles for 3, and hunters in the primeval wetlands become fluent in reading the ripples to tell when to pursue and when to flee. So this is a serviceable card with nice artwork. Wouldn't want to really be wandering around in these waters, but you know, you got the tree roots that are soaking down in the water. It's got the swamp, forest, and island vibe all together. Very nice. What's next? Next is a Dreamtail Heron with the crazy masterpiece styles they have here. Not masterpiece styles, showcase styles. 1 blue and 4 for a 3/4 flyer that mutates for a blue and 3. Whenever this creature mutates, draw a card. I mean, honestly, this is an underwhelming card, but getting to draw a card when things mutate at least helps to mitigate the card disadvantage inherent in the mutate mechanic. The bird itself looks, I mean, this doesn't look like a Dreamtail Heron. It looks like a Nightmare Heron. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look friendly. It's got kind of a, it's kind of a vulture-y feel. And look at the claws and stuff. He does not look friendly. Not at all. But he does look cool. And then we got another comic book style art here with Migratory Greathorn. 1 green and 3 for a 3/4 that mutates for a green and 2. Whenever this creature mutates, search your library for a basic land, put it into the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. Another one that helps to somewhat mitigate the card disadvantage caused by mutations. The artwork, in all honesty, he looks like a weird camel-faced dude to me, who's like, he doesn't look happy. I don't know. This artwork seems kind of goofy. I'm gonna move on. Oh, look at that. We got the Phoenix to go with the token. Cool. 2 red and 2 for a 4/4 flyer. It mutates for a red and 3. Whenever this creature mutates, create a red artifact token named Feather with pay 1, sacrifice Feather, and obviously the same abilities as the token we saw at the beginning. So, not too shabby. I mean, 4 mana for a 4/4 flyer in red already feels good, but that mutate ability is a nice little bonus to slap on there. Where you, I mean, yes, and it's actually crazier. It's easier to mutate than it is to cast, and that's not the case with a lot of creatures. But either way, the fact that this can protect and bring itself back, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And what do we got next? We've got Rodin Titan of Winged Fury. This is a Godzilla card. I'll admit, I'm not a fan of Godzilla cards. This one, at least, is less frustrating to me because it doesn't seem to depict like buildings in the background. We don't have skyscrapers. We don't have a bunch of like modern stuff that makes it like this. Honestly, when you look at the artwork, this could just be a dragon. That's what it feels like. Unless there's something in the artwork like some jet fighters flying around or something somewhere tucked in that I don't see. This could easily pass for magic artwork. So this is actually Vadrock, the Apex of Thunder, and it's 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white for a 3/3 flying first striker. When the creature mutates, you can cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So overall, not a terrible card. I'll be real with you. I'm not going to use this because I'm not a fan of the Godzilla stuff. So this is going to be traded off for, you know, something I can actually enjoy and use. And so I just want to move on to the next card. And we've got a Lore Rakus. 1 red, 1 blue, and 1 for a 2/3. Whenever this creature mutates, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. And it mutates for hybrid 2 blue and red. Whatever, man. The artwork's pretty funky. It looks like 2 different bodies shoved together for sure. It's a very weird looking beast, and that tongue is intense with the craziness coming off of it. So let's see what out of here I would actually put into my cube. Okay, so the Lore Rakus is something that might make it in. That's a maybe. This is no because it's Godzilla. Everquill Phoenix is a yes. Migratory Greathorn is a no. Dreamtail Heron is no, that's a no. Zagoth Triome is a no. Mythos of Nethroi is a solid yes. Zaxara is a solid yes. Basic land doesn't matter. Heartless Act, all right, that's good to go. Migration Path a no. Coil Bug's a no. Sands is a no. Serpent's a no. Mutual Destruction's a maybe, and the token's irrelevant. So out of this pack, we got, let's see here, 4 cards that are guaranteed entrance to the cube. These are all going to make it in for absolute sure. These 2 potentially could make it in. This one's way more likely. Mutual Destruction's way more likely. This one, I mean, you can mutate it to get an instant or sorcery back. So it's really just, yeah, those will stay in the maybe category. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. Shout out to my patrons and channel members for supporting the channel. Thanks for coming by, my friends. I gotta say, overall, I'm pleased with getting these awesome cube cards.